Hello everybody and welcome back to Teo Plays Heavy Rain. Teo, take it away.
With the cover market, yay. If I recall, I saw a sequence of, I forgot who was playing it, but they failed all the QTEs in this particular section and still managed to get the guy or something.
No, actually no. In that case, I can assure you no. If you fail every single QT, it's incredibly hard to fail unless you actually literally go like this and don't press.
That guy was intentionally putting down the controller. Anyway.
If you do put down the controller and don't press anything here, you will fail to get the guy. Usually that's what I do, because this chapter is nothing but a waste of our time again.
Yeah. Much like with the crazy religious guy.
Peekaboo.
Hey, Dwibs, guess what? Yeah, sorry. Guess what, Dwibs? Yet another suspect that is not the suspect, and therefore this entire chapter is a waste of our time.
Blake is calling me out because I killed the guy. Look, it was because of a share play. Come on. Blame it on Sony. That's why you're not appearing. That's why you're not appearing in PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
That and the fact that the first game didn't really sell well, so. All right.
That's him.
Time to bust up a move.
Time for an exciting chase sequence.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Also, that goatee is really bad.
Lieutenant Carter Blake, I'd like to ask you some questions.
Well, Teo, everything about Blake's character is bad, so why not the goatee as well?
No, I mean the suspect goatee.
Oh, okay. That as well. All right, so let's see if
Believe
Teo
me, I have one, so I know how to trim it perfectly. Ah, shit!
It's okay.
Fucking Sunday driver.
It's okay. Fortunately, fortunately, these chase sequences are so incredibly forgiving. Like, even if you miss a few, it doesn't really matter.
Alright, time to destroy entire market. I'm not even kidding. This guy is gonna destroy everything inside this. Chickens, ice, fruit, everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. Why are there chickens in here? This doesn't seem like the kind of place where there would be livestock.
Well, to be fair, around
maybe
here,
it's an Indian market or something.
and to be fair, around here, I don't know about markets in your country. I don't know about markets in your countries, but the markets around here in the UK, we often have butchers and fruit and veg and all sorts of stuff.
No. That's the thing, though. It's not chicken, as in there's actually livestock in this market. That's what I'm saying.
Chickens.
Yes, live chickens, and you're about
It's
to.
like an Indian market.
I don't understand. You're gonna see. Oh, there you go. There they are. You should be seeing them in a few seconds, Zooms. Don't hit them with a sword. You know what happens if you do.
And now I want and now
All right,
the
the
ice path
butcher
theme
shop
from
sequence.
Gold and Silver.
More like the cuckoos from Zelda.
What's with the bloody chickens?
Because
Alright, asshole. I want you to come up with your.
this is starting to remind me of that shitty Red Brown Captain America movie. Where they,
Why?
I'm not even kidding, Dwebs. The only action scene in Red Brown's Captain America is him throwing pork chops at a bad guy. That's literally the only action scene in the entire movie.
Got it. Or maybe
Wasn't there a sequel?
Yes, for reasons that will forever baffle me.
Did the first one do well at the box office or something?
Well, actually, they were TV movies.
Alright, what was it?
The battle for the crowbar.
It was part of this initiative that Marvel was going on in the 70s of trying to break into the TV market with stuff like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and the Captain America and the Incredible Hulk. And as you know, the Incredible Hulk was the only one that actually was successful.
Got him. Finally. Jesus Christ.
What about that 1990 Captain America film?
What are you talking about, Libs? There was no Captain America movie in the 90s.
Heil Hitler!
Ah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, moving on.
Yes, because again, this sequence was completely pointless. Alright, let's see what Shelby has to do now.
I'm not even kidding.
Of course, private investigator, ex-cop, so he's drunk as shit.
Obviously, gotta
Come on, Shelby, get the fuck up.
gotta remain true to the stereotype, I guess.
Seriously, Schwarzenegger was way better in this stereotype in End of Days.
Ooh, a gun.
How much booze did I have this time?
No, you better be careful with that, but okay.
Children shouldn't play with guns. A badge. This makes me an ace attorney.
Yeah, that's another thing, though. He used to be a cop before he became a quote-unquote private investigator. Why exactly did he even apply to be a cop? Like, what exactly? What?
Maybe he had
No,
like,
hold on,
bad
they're not doing
experiences as a cop, and so decided to go into just doing stuff on his own.
No, it's not.
More bulls.
That's not so much that, Wibbs. It's more so the fact that remember,
Chuck.
remember everything in his life is basically part of the ploy to kill young kids. The problem is, and I quote, how exactly does being a cop? Yes, I know that there will be a final revelation in one of the final chapters that the reason the children went with him was because he was dressed like a cop. But you could get you could easily get cop outfits without having to actually become a cop.
Well, in that case, no wonder it was so easy for Dennis Hopper to kidnap, Sandra Bullock in Speed.
Okay, let me explain this. Basically, this is one of those chapters in the David Cage game where David has basically grounded you. You cannot actually progress until David says you can. You're basically stuck in here doing whatever, bumbling around until the game decides to move on with the story. So have fun.
All the newspapers are talking about Sean Mars.
Whoop.
You're grounded too. Now stay in there until Mr. Cage tells you are allowed to continue with the story.
Or the zombie apocalypse for the Cordyceps starts.
I've seen the parents of all the victims. And all I've come up with is this telephone and a box of origami things.
Certificate of blah blah blah. And by the way, Theo, this is the chapter where you can indeed have Scott
repetitive one-liners. Yeah.
Should be in the kitchen cupboard. Should be in the kitchen cupboard.
Yay! More bulls. Hold on. No. Give it back. Chug. Or I think it's just a fruit shake or something. Whatever.
It's not very clear. Whatever.
A fridge called fridge. Oh, gee.
Thank you, game, for allowing me to open the door just so I can close it up again. Seriously. There's wasting people. Like, this is the epitome of wasting the player's time. David, there's this little thing called pacing. Where you have to move things along with a point so that you're not just, as Tay would put it, doing fried air. I mean, there's nothing.
Not even the staircase was useful.
There's nothing. There's nothing in those. There you go.
Oh.
Okay. You know what, Mr. Cage? Very good. This is where you should have started the chapter. You should have started the chapter with Lauren ringing the doorbell. When the when the plot actually starts.
But Mr. Duarte, we must invest the player.
Sorry, Dwaves, it's not a good impression. That look on her face.
Yeah.
She looks like she's perpetually stoned.
I
get it. This is what the mocap actress actually looked like, and I'm sorry.
She does look well. She looks better in person. Like the model, to be fair, doesn't make her justice. She looks fine. The actual actress looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a clear case of bad character model.
Yeah, such a pity. Such a pity her acting isn't as good.
All right, Theo, feel free to. There you go. It's the glass one.
He never gets old.
There's also the Lauren one, in case you want to get that one out of the way as well. All right,
Okay.
the kitchen cupboard is there.
The one I opened before.
Should be in the kitchen cupboard. Should be in the kitchen cupboard. Should be in the kitchen cupboard. Should be in the kitchen cupboard.
What an asshole! You're giving from your that kind of water instead of carrying bottles in your house.
That's common. We always have tap water.
I know, Dweebs, but you know, for a guest, this is cheapskating to the max.
Yeah. I never even drink water from the faucet. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I dislike or anything. It's just that I water
That's an aptitude.
bottled water is so much tastier.
I usually try and go for flavoured water myself.
Nah, I'm fine either way. The only real preoccupation you have is maybe may give calculus in your kidneys after a while.
And you think there's a connection between that letter?
Well, actually, granted, again, I'm not an expert, but isn't
Depends on the region where you have and how water is filtered, because it contains particles like limestone.
Again, I'm not an expert, but I've always heard that well, at least even in Portugal, because obviously the waters I drink come from Portuguese sources, obviously. Because over here, like I always drink water, and I've never had problems with, fortunately, kidney stones and stuff like that. So, and I've always heard that apparently water from the faucets actually has more calcium, and therefore there's the bigger risk of that. But then again, that's just how it is here in my country, because maybe it's just maybe our sources are better. I don't know.
Depends. Like once again, for example, when I was in England, it was practically undrinkable. One from the faucet where I was.
Also, honey, again, no offense to you. I'm sure you're a pretty nice lady, but please find another line of work. You're not good at this.
Diplomatic.
It's not a good idea. Believe me.
If you won't let me help you, I'm keeping the envelope.
Her delivery is so wooden.
Christ, she's almost as bad as that mage from King Arthur: Legend of the Sword.
How many clues have you got, Mr. Shelby? This
I can't believe that David Cage actually had her audition. Remember that 2007 audition with the gun that I showed in the extras?
Yeah.
I can't believe that she auditioned with that video, and yet David Cage still, even though she didn't land the main part, David still, for some reason, decided that she was good enough to be in one of the most important roles. I don't... Really, David? You couldn't find a better actress at all? I mean,
I don't think he had a lot of action.
Really, David?
Actually,
you don't get a QTE for shaking her hand.
Teo, do you really think that's necessary?
Honestly, considering how much stuff you had to do, that would have makes so much sense. And again,
Anyway,
Dweebs,
Dweebs, according to the special features on the movie edition that I have, and I uploaded it recently actually, let me finish what I was saying. Basically, Dweebs, it says in the special features, 130, I forgot the exact number, over 100 actors were auditioned, basically. So you're telling me that among 100 plus actors, you couldn't find someone better. This was the one. You couldn't find someone better than this woman to play Lauren.
Oh, goody! You need to talk to the mafia guy.
I'm actually wondering. I wonder if there are any worse actresses than this woman.
God. Anyway, that's another thing I might as well, since we're doing this part. One of the things that I really don't like about the PS4 version, and that's the only problem I have, is that instead of remastering the 2.0 Move Edition, like for those who don't know, the original back in 2010, we originally got the original release of Heavy Rain on the PS3. After that, in 2011, we got a new Heavy Rain the Move Edition. What is that? Basically, it's exactly what the name implies. It already includes in the disc the 2.0 patch of the game, which not only fixes a lot of bugs, but also includes PlayStation Move optional functionality. And it also included a shit ton of special features, which I showed in our previous playthrough. However, for some reason, Virtuous Studios decided to remaster the original 2010 release of Heavy Rain instead of the 2011 Move Edition, which would have been a much better... I mean, to give you an idea, Teo, the PS4 is actually compatible with the PlayStation Move, so they could have included the Move functionality here if they wanted. So I
if I recall, they didn't even include the DLC prologue episode.
Yeah. That's exactly the biggest problem. The Taxidermist DLC is not present, and again, I get it.
But again, it's pointless, but yeah.
It was still. I still thought gameplay wise, it was more fun than the actual main campaign, if you ask me. So,
Excuse me, Lauren, I need to move. For fuck's sake.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. I recognize this. I recognize this drumming.
who is it, Wibs?
I didn't know. Apparently, there's a track in Pokemon Sun and Moon that uses the drumming you're hearing now as part of a music track later on in the game. Apparently, now I'm listening to this. It's apparently a stock sound.
So basically, what you're telling me is that Pokemon Sun and Moon took inspiration from Heavy Rain.
No. The music's better, and the music's much better in Sun.
Oh,
Alright,
gee.
that doesn't work.
You're telling me that Junichi Masuda is a better instrumentator?
Well, Junichi Masuda and the rest of the sound team.
Sure.
Besides, Masuda didn't do the track I was referring to.
Sure then.
Thank God for iTunes.
Maybe a little guest relations incident will bring over.
Also, can I talk about how the parties in this game are always so fucking tame? Like, nobody's ever doing anything.
They're all just sitting around.
Also, his face. But yeah, like I was saying, that
Bunch of poop eating.
Virtuous Studios, for some reason, decided to remaster... okay, I get it. Okay, maybe you didn't want to include the Taxidermist DLC because, again...
That camera angle! Good lord!
Well,
Because that Chronicles thing never went anywhere.
exactly, I was about to say that, Dwibs. I get it. It was supposed to be the first episode of a Heavy Rain Chronicles thingy, and since you didn't ever actually bothered to make any more because you wanted to move on to Beyond Two Souls, okay, I get that, but you could still include that as an optional download on the PlayStation Store for those who are interested. You could call it like a deleted extra scene or something like that. It would have been a nice little thing to have. I mean, not just that, but again, even taking away the Taxidermist DLC, the Move Edition, like I just said, not only came with a 2.0 patch that fixed a lot of problems, it had the move functionality, which had been a nice little... I know that nobody cares about the move, but it still would have been nice to have that option.
Oh boy, here we go.
And of course, the special features. Fortunately, recently on my own channel, which I'm using right now to stream this for Dwibs. Fortunately, on my own channel, I actually uploaded all of the videos from the Move Edition that are exclusive to that, so that people can watch it on YouTube if they want. Anyway, go ahead too. Also,
I'm watching the cartoon.
well, I know, yeah, the cartoon. Shh. The cartoon is much more interesting than the game. Let's just watch it.
Also, yay!
I love how there's two hotties making out right next to him, and he doesn't.
He's only interested in cartoon. This is like one of those images that you see on the internet describing the stereotypical basement nerd.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a mafia boss son.
Oh god, that cartoon is... The slapstick is so well animated. Like...
And it's CGI, so for the early 2000s, it should have been incredible.
No, I got
Well,
it.
actually, this was too far. Well, let me check.
Was this for some reason this reminds me of that original trailer for Food Fight before that footage got stolen,
What do you want?
and we ended up with whatever the hell we got in the final product.
Let me check again. Les Gobelins.
Which actually raises another question for me, Pedro.
Go ahead.
We know already about the truth behind the recurring killer. So how does this come into play into the whole thing? The fact
It
that
doesn't.
the mafia boss used his car to kidnap the child.
They never actually explained this. Basically, apparently there was this kid who was lost, and he just offered to... Yeah, like he's saying, he just offered to drive him home. And apparently, the problem is that what happened is that he ended up accidentally killing the kid. But it was an accident. He didn't actually mean to do it. And his father, is actually trying to cover it up, basically. And like,
Because of mafia shit.
but like you just said, this has nothing to do with anything.
Also, some of the mal movements of Shelby are terrible. Alright, here we go. Hold on. Silent.
I'm the origami king.
Origami. Not even Adam from YouMovieSucks.org laughed at this scene.
With an origami figure in one hand and an orchid on your chest.
Yeah, here you go.
2006.
Yeah, the cartoons come from they called Limage Goblins, aka the School of Animation Goblins.
Is that good enough for you? Or do you want more? This interview is over.
So basically, YouTube lists goblins, and you should be able to find these cartoons.
Yay. Also, you disappoint me, David. No QTs. Oh, there you go.
Well, it's an action sequence, so of course we gotta have QTEs.
Julies.
Whatever. Moving on. I was trying to see if I could find the cartoons, but I'll do it later.
Hey, Paige.
I love how that mook was completely motionless with his face. His face, like his face was always like completely devoid of facial animation. Like, brilliant attention to detail, David.
I'm actually wondering, Paige, I wonder if any of these cartoons were made by the guy who went on to make Miraculous Ladybug or something.
No, I'm pretty sure Thomas Astruc.
Is Miraculous Ladybug a French cartoon?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, halfway. Basically, it's a collaboration between Toei Animation and Zag Film. But basically, it's a collaboration between France and Japan. In fact, originally it was actually supposed to be a hand-drawn anime.
Okay.
Should we invite Shuri in?
Go ahead. Be sure to link her to the stream as well if you don't mind.
Alright.
Alright, who's next?
It's
Hey.
Ethan.
Oh, the glass electrical trial. Alright then.
The butterfly trial. Yes, it's time for Teo to finally come face to face with Quick Time Fu.
Are you there, Shuri?
Yes.
Okay,
Alright.
here's the link for you.
Alright then.
Today it's a heavy rain marathon of sorts.
Joyful.
Well, we didn't do any yesterday, so.
Yeah.
Well, we've got, fortunately, me, Shuri, and Tio have got Doctor Who after this, so
Sure.
we'll have something approaching.
Well, it's still 9 p.m.
Why none of these fucking people use an umbrella?
What are you talking about, Teo? There's no such thing as umbrellas in this game.
Don't you want even to use that one of those fancy hats that the American use, which has an umbrella incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that
I
people
know
use
what
to go
you're
to the
talking about,
stadium.
but I don't know what they're called.
Yeah,
Umbrella.
umbrella hats, whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
just
should
umbrella
be.
hats.
well, it's okay. Well, it's okay. It's still only 9 p.m., 10 p.m. for Teo, so it's still early.
Pico Power Station.
Oh, look, a butterfly. Get it? Because it's the butterfly trial.
Yeah, there's no fancy name for it. They're like umbrella hats or head umbrellas.
But the butterfly effect.
I wish I was playing Until Dawn instead.
I actually bought it thanks to that PlayStation Plus sale that was going on. PlayStation Plus was offering Until Dawn for
So
free.
who's gonna play that on the stream?
Playing
Well,
what?
I want to actually play the game for myself first before I make any decisions on that.
How do I fucking enter?
Playing what? Sorry, Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, yeah.
Until Dawn.
Remember when PlayStation Plus was offering that game for free?
Pedro, how do I enter?
Oh, okay,
think
just
I've
keep
got- I
just keep
think
going forward. Just
I think I
not
managed to
that
get
way.
that
Just
one,
keep going. You'll find some rocks and you'll be able to climb them. Go ahead. What is
Just
it?
keep swimming, just...
What is it, Tips?
Swimming.
I think I managed to get that one actually.
Yeah, people who had PlayStation Plus at the time were able to get the game for free, fortunately.
Oh, hoppalai. God.
There we go.
Ah. Also, this power plant is so easily accessible to anyone, even though it's still technically functional.
Maybe Scott bought the power plant for himself and he maintains it for this purpose, even though that kind of brings up more questions.
It just raises too many questions.
Questions that aren't worth answering.
At all.
Probably.
Yeah.
Most likely. Also, as Jennifer Lopez said, really, who gives a shit?
You've been most cooperative, Miss Lopez. No, please. I promise I won't make any more albums or movies. It's too late for that, Miss Lopez.
But again, though, you know, it's sad when there was one time, believe it or not, guys, where a Jennifer Lopez movie was better than a Star Trek movie.
That's sad.
Indeed.
Basically, it's Made in Manhattan versus Star Trek Nemesis. Both
No,
came out around the same time.
it's just you have to just keep going in the same direction too. Yeah, there you go.
2002 was a weird year.
Sorry, wrong button. Oh God, not this already.
Oh, Teo, when you get to the actual electrical fences.
I'm more a bit scared about the maze part because I need no.
Yeah,
Whatever.
well,
We'll get to that.
I actually, again, I haven't actually. Obviously, I'm not the right person to make that kind of judgment. But
Going by the sound, how about the fact that there's electricity running around them?
Mhm.
Fucked hard.
It's not even just that. Like, yeah, I myself, like, I can be a bit claustrophobic myself when I'm in a really tight space. Fortunately, when I'm actually playing a game or watching a movie, watching people in tight places doesn't affect me in any way. So it's only when it's me being in tight spots that I get antsy.
No, it's not due to close space. It's about I need to get where to get, you know, the road and everything.
I know. Well, okay. Oh, that. Don't worry, Tail. Remember, it's actually really easy. All you have to do.
All right then.
Keep going.
Let's see where it is.
Anyway, like I was saying,
shaft.
it's actually really easy to Tail. The game gives you a mechanic for that purpose. Every time you want to know where to go, you can just light on a match and just follow where the flame leads, because the flame obviously is being attracted by the wind. Where would the exit be? So at any point during the maze, you can light a match and it will tell you where to go. And of course, you have unlimited matches.
Oh well, that's video game staple. I mean, Drifts should know because it's Tomb Raider. It's even actually one of the Tomb Raider games where the final boss tells you, "Oh, you're gonna run out of bullets sometime," but no, you don't.
Well, over the years, Tomb Raider's run out of a lot of things.
All right, Tail.
Oh God.
Time to practice your contortionism.
You
well, actually,
guys-
no. That was only 2 buttons, actually. So.
Well, for now.
All right,
Alright,
all right, Tail. In case you don't remember, what you're supposed to do here, you're supposed to hold the R2 button not all the way, so you can walk slowly, so you don't cut your own arms in the glass.
Okay.
Well, not yet though, because right now there's no glass. The game will warn you when it's the time anyway. Because if you keep going at full speed, eventually you'll start bleeding
Check
and
my
you'll
spin
die.
dash. Ow. Fucking hell. Here's an idea,
ladies and
Ethan.
gentlemen,
How about you
subscribe
remove your jacket
to
and just pull
Something
away the fragment using it?
Well, to
No?
be fair, Teo, it's kind of hard to do in such a tight tunnel.
I guess, but
Don't tear up my arms.
All right, Teo, slowly, so you don't tear off your arms. Okay, also, Norman, I get that you're trying, but sorry,
the
this isn't
problem is
exciting.
that the R2 button is so sensitive. I need to be in an extremely specific spot.
All right, what I recommend doing is every time you come to a crossroad, just use the
Butterfly,
match.
yeah, I know.
Just use the match.
Well, just that I need to follow the butterfly, right? Huh.
Usually I don't really care so much about the butterfly because, again, the game literally goes out of its way to tell you, just follow the flame. So I just
But
follow,
I didn't.
follow
Also,
the flame.
before Pedro, I didn't mean this. I meant a maze where you're trapped inside the electrical things.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, okay. Well, that's not so much a maze because you can just keep
Is
going in any
that-
direction, but sure.
Is that sound, you know, having flame follow the direction?
Oh, there's some explain. Basically, the way it works is hold the analog, the left analog stick towards the direction you want to go, and just hold R2 again slowly, so you don't turn off your arms.
I was gonna say, is that a comment? Is that
well,
is
I'm
that-
doing it, but
does that make any sense? You know, having the flame follow the path of fresh air.
Also, he's clipping through the... Oh!
Why am I turning?
Oh, fuck. Like, you must have... Sorry, I think you must have tried going back. Like...
Hold on, give me a second.
Sure. Okay,
Well, I tried turning, but it just moved forward.
okay, try holding R... Okay, where was the flame pointing? To the right?
Yeah, where's the butterfly? There...
Yeah, just keep moving towards the... Okay, just keep holding R2 and press and hold right on the stick. It should bring...
Why is he turning again? Jesus!
Oh, okay, maybe you have to... Also, his head is clipping through the...
Alright.
Alright, in that case, just walk a bit...
let me turn again first.
Yeah, turn first. And
Alright, no. Here's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Get
try
your head out of the
speeding
wall,
through
man.
until the wall. And if it doesn't tell me then, I'll
yeah,
decide what to do.
just walk a bit more. Like instead, maybe you have to get out of the actual. Okay, now you should probably be able to turn to the right. Maybe now. Try now. Maybe it will turn this time. Yeah. He even moves the head towards where you. There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
finally! Jesus Christ!
It's weird because I usually never have any trouble with this, as you saw in the playthrough even. But I guess it's just a matter of getting used to this, I guess.
Why is he not moving?
Remember you have to hold the R2 button.
Yeah, but gently, because fuck me.
It's actually not that hard. Just keep holding it halfway in. It's not.
I know, but it's sensitive. I need to hold it in this spot again.
It's not that hard. But then again, I've been playing this game for years now, so I'm a bit used to it. So obviously for me, it's not hard. Anyway, you were saying something, Dwibs?
I was going to say, is that valid? Having fire follows the path of oxygen.
Yes. Obviously, let's think about this for a moment. Like when you light a match, obviously the flame will be attracted from where the wind comes from, and the wind will obviously come from.
Actually, it's the opposite. The flame moves the opposite, the same direction the wind is moving because the wind is moving the flame essentially.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Basically, wherever the flame is pointing, that's where the wind is going, and if the wind is going there, that's probably because there's an exit in that direction. Anyway, Teo, you should have lighted a match before picking this direction.
Well, there was a spark, so obviously that was the wrong direction to go.
Alright, don't forget to light a match, just in case.
Alright, to the left it is.
Glass, sharp as a razor. Impossible to go back. I love how he's talking in fucking haikus in this chapter for some reason.
Oh, great. Great. So in order to put out the flame, you have to jerk off of the controller again.
Well, remember that it's to simulate the fact of shaking a match, so you can,
He said
I don't do a masturbation hand movement to put out fire. I just shake the hand
You're
everywhere.
telling me, Dweebs.
Well, I guess if you're playing with a PlayStation Move, it's more accurate to the actual motion.
How did Shelby manage to put all these glass for this fucking tunnel? He's fat.
Maybe he hired people to do it for him.
Maybe.
No, wait. He has some secret magical weight loss belt that shrinks his stomach.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. When you watch, one of the big problems with this game. When you actually stop and actually think about things, this game immediately falls apart because there's so many contrived things and that don't really add up.
Through the wood up. Alright, to the right it is.
Alright.
It's like I'm playing a fucking Beyonce song.
How many matches has he got in that thing?
Infinite.
Unlimited waves.
Unlimited waves, because if for some reason we use them all, obviously the thing is, Ethan cannot die in the game until the very end. So obviously he won't be able to get stuck infinitely. Anyway, congratulations, Teo. You've reached the exit.
Yeah. Of course, the last stretch needs to be super elongated because fuck you.
Okay, Teo. So I might as well ask now. Do you want me to tell you what's the easiest path through the electrical field?
Yes, thank you very much, because when you saw your original playthrough... Hold on, let me see first, okay.
Because
Okay,
in the original, in my playthrough, I specifically went through the easiest path. Because there's actually a path that requires less, but slightly smaller QTEs than the others. Because and obviously you don't have any way of actually knowing that without checking a guide or just experimenting on your own.
Going to get into the pipe now?
Yes.
Really?
Come on, Tail. Just pretend you're playing a Mario game.
I guess. Welcome to the warp zone, I suppose.
So, wait. So, if we're in a warp zone, can we skip to the end of the game?
I wish.
Sorry, Dwebs, no.
And how the hell is he gonna fit? How's he gonna fit in there?
I'm coming with little... I forgot what it's called. The one, the pirating boonies. One-Eye Wheelie, I guess. Oh shit!
Alright, Teo, now you have a choice. You can either go through the electrical field or leave through the door. The choice is yours.
Now I wanna try make it, but again, I don't know how to get.
Don't worry, I'll tell you the path that you need to take. And again, keep in mind that you're playing on easy mode. If you're playing on hard mode, the QTEs in... Trust me, the hard mode in this section is great horror. It's pure horror. It's QTE madness. Analyze.
One of those condensers. If I choose the right route, I'll have a better
Yeah, analyze. I think there's a lot of electricity around here.
Not just that, like he just said that we're supposed to look well at the condensers to pick the right path. How exactly do you know that just for looking?
a lot of blood. Hardly stand up. Got to concentrate. The slightest wrong move.
The timing was perfect.
Alright,
Alright.
not for there. Just keep going to the right. There you go. It's the second to last path.
This one.
This one. That one exactly, yeah.
Oh god.
Don't worry, Theo. It's only 3 buttons. There you go. Alright, now just one more time forward.
Alright. No, not this one.
Alright, Shiroi. The Dwebs, start placing bets. Will Theo make it?
No.
No.
Thanks, Dweebs, you're very supporting.
She said no as well.
But you stated first.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't blame the girls. She said it.
Alright, now go left. To the left of where you are. Yeah. Can press L1 to change your point. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Glorious.
Alright then.
Alright, now you can go all the way forward. Towards the table.
Should be in the kitchen cupboard. Should be in the kitchen cupboard.
That one's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is hold the shoulder buttons, and then I think you have to mash.
This is the weirdest limbo challenge ever.
Oh,
For fuck's
shit!
sake!
How low can you go? Bzz. How low can you go? Bzz.
Alright, Theo, basically just keep holding all the buttons and don't let them go until the prompts completely vanish from the screen. And while you're doing this, again, keep mashing X.
Are you trying to lift something up there?
And there you go. Good one. Don't worry, the last one is easy. Fortunately, they were Fortunately, thanks to the easier path that I picked, all you have to do is hold those 2 buttons and then let go. There you go. Just let go and you're fine. There you go.
Whoosh whoosh.
Alright, Theo, pass the butterfly trial!
Just don't fall backwards.
All
I
right.
wonder if he could have just gone around the
No, you can't.
Yes, I get it. Sean is in danger. Just show me those fucking ladders.
Mateo, emotion.
52 Roosevelt. I can get it for already from this.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Ethan is not smart
Eden
enough.
is so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, Teo, you know Roosevelt, but you don't know pretty much almost nothing about the.
Well, with 52 only, it shouldn't be a too big a road, so it only restricts to 2 or 3 options in total.
Well, as of right now, I think it's probably like 5 options, because depending on how many tries you complete, you can either have to pick from 3 addresses or 5 addresses. And of course, you have to pick the right one. I know which one it is, obviously, but
All right.
obviously, obviously, if you complete all the trials, you don't have to
goody.
guess.
Is this the one with the psychopathic doctor?
I don't think so yet. That's later. Oh yeah, this is the second medical session with Madison and Ethan.
Oh, goody. So what did she did all this time? She just tried to sleep, I guess.
Yeah, not that the
should-
not that the insomnia
should-
has any relevance on anything.
You should see Morgana, sweetie. She helps you go to sleep.
Do you mean he?
Keep forgetting, lives. But can you blame me?
By the sorry, go on,
Oh
sir.
my god.
It's like, yeah, Morgana's a dude, but the name Morgana is.
And even the voice is deeply female.
Well,
I know,
I don't-
check my privilege and shit. But
So it's kind of
I
like
I don't really know if Cassandra Morris has voiced any boys.
not that I'm aware of. Like my favorite role is her role as Sophie in Tales of Graces.
Tales of Grace's F.
well, it's the same.
Same thing.
Keep in mind, the original Tales of Crisis was only Japanese exclusive, so the one with the English dub is clearly the only F. Bad idea how to move an unconscious patient, sweetie. You could cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
What the F?
That's kind of common sense to anyone.
Well, to be fair, she's not a doctor, so maybe you can
Like
argue.
she should have called a fucking ambulance.
But Teo,
no one else does in these things.
Teo, no ambulance. Remember, no ambulance. Hey, Dwebs, you're hurt. I should call an ambulance.
No, don't.
Oh, okay then.
Alright.
Sorry.
let's
If you
leave
call
it.
an ambulance,
Oh my God.
they'll know that I was the one that planted the whoopee cushion underneath Tio's seat.
Oh, and you can check the box now.
There must be
What's
something
in the
wrong
box?
with him.
I'm probably gonna say check the body. It's like, oh, Ethan's dead already.
I'm gonna cut him open.
Origami.
That's in the box.
What is he doing with them?
Madison, priorities. There's a injured man here. We need to do something about it.
That's racist.
We need to dye his hair.
Don't be dissing the ginger. Come on, where do I get to be?
You're supposed to actually figure out what's wrong with him first, because you're supposed to.
Oh,
You're
Jesus,
supposed to check it.
really?
You're supposed to check his temperature to notice that he has a fever. All that shit. It's for the other
You know,
the other
again,
sides.
ambulance. You know.
No, Shiroi, no ambulance. Okay, no ambulance.
Why? Because you
All right, the
legitimately
head-
don't want one to come, or they didn't model any. In the
Well,
game?
okay. To be fair, Ethan doesn't want it because again, he's being searched for the police. So obviously, if he went to an hospital, he would get caught. So I guess I can. So I guess it's fine. What's not fine is the fact that Madison just goes along with this, even though she doesn't know this guy from anywhere. Yeah. As for that thing in the chest tail, that's because of that one shock you took.
Oh well.
If you actually manage to get through the field without a single shock, his chest will be fine. So
Oh my god, attention to detail.
Well, Dweebs, again, your choices do matter, I guess, in this case.
You had to put effort somewhere.
Don't touch it. You can't.
I mean, she's stupid, might as well go all the way through.
You dipshit! You don't touch those. Like, ooh, let me touch it.
I know. Let's write someone's name with his blood.
Yes.
So that'd be like saying,
And those are for
oh
the
my, if I think, oh, his arms almost
Alright,
completely off.
so
I'll just
what
touch
we
this.
together-
Now you
Yeah.
go. Now you go to the bathroom so you can get all the medication. Because again, this motel is apparently also a pharmacy.
He's burning up.
Hang on a minute. I thought Crossroads all turned out to be a dream. How could this motel be here?
I'm gonna give him first.
Because it's called the Crossroads.
Oh, okay,
Motel.
not even a choice. Let's pick everything.
I'm pretty sure motels don't have this amount of variety of medicine in there.
No. The only thing we have consistently is the fucking Bible inside the closet.
What is it with the word Crossroads being in a lot of video games recently? This, and now there's one in Persona 5.
Alright, Teo, disinfect.
First, let's see.
Alright.
Disinfectant.
Alright, time for Teo to show us his prowess in the field.
With the limitations that
No
David Cage
pressures
provides.
whatsoever.
Alright, Teo, where to put this? You're putting disinfectant on burn marks, Teo? What? You're a disgrace to your profession, Teo.
Truly.
And then someone from his work, and then someone at his
She barely
workplace,
touched his arm.
One of his
then someone
colleagues
that is-
watches this up.
yeah, and reports him to the.
Why are you caressing him?
She loves him.
Listen,
She's into that. I
alright,
Next,
well, keep-
bandages for the arm still.
yeah.
Can't put on a bandage yet. Gotta treat the wound.
Actually, yeah, she has a good point there. She has to treat the wounds first. Ointment. Alright, Teo, time to spin. You spin.
Spin to win.
Is the right round?
And again, she barely put any ointment over it.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Well, we did say that he had fever, so I'm guessing anti-fever. Yeah.
How about cleaning it?
Yeah, technically cleaning should be done first before disinfecting.
You know, David, this could have been really easy scene to get it right if you actually
not
did
do
fucking
something?
research!
Yeah, why not consulting a doctor?
Yeah, I mean, if House MD could get proper people to make sure things are done properly, why can't you, David? It's not that hard. Just get someone who has experience in the
No
field.
bother whatsoever.
It's kind of like
Alright,
that's just the thing. Every time David tries to portray any kind of medical procedure in his games, it always comes across as incredibly fake and unnatural.
For fuck's sake.
What better example than the fucking birth in Beyond Two Souls?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, the birth.
Remember
Yeah.
the bomb sequence.
I don't remember.
I tell you a question. Have you checked our revisited playthrough?
No, not yet.
Because you should. Because I used the debug mode to actually check out the birth from other perspectives. The woman doesn't actually have a vagina. The character model is just
Great.
it's literally just
Thanks,
there.
David.
Like
The baby just kind of pops in. I don't know.
the baby literally pops into existence because again, to be fair, you have
You
to
weren't meant to see that angle anyway.
yeah you have to debug the game, and you need a part of the PS3 to do so. So to be fair, that's not the default of the game.
How many bandages are you using?
But at the same time, there was that whole controversy of a full-blown model of Ellen Page in the shower. So
Yeah.
So much
the fact
so.
that exists and that one model has no vagina.
So much so-
it makes no
Those
sense.
bandages are literally
Or-
skin texture, just recolored.
Or it really shows the
Yeah.
extent of David Cage's obsession with Ellen.
So much so that Sony forced
And
Quantic
then-
Dream. Sony forced Quantic Dream to release a 1.1 patch on the PS3 that actually covered her parts, regardless of whether. So that even if you debug the game with if that patch is in, you won't be able to see the naked body of Ellen Page, just to avoid more problem. And of
Oh,
cour-
she's actually falling asleep.
well, it doesn't matter.
Good
So,
enough.
well, Shiro, it doesn't really matter anymore because now that Ellen Page has come out as a lesbian, now David just cries himself to sleep every night. So.
Yeah. No, too fun.
I want to
find
see
myself
emotions
attracted
with
to the
Ellen.
cast member, and she doesn't even like men.
he realizes he's wasted so much.
Meanwhile, when Lars von Trier worked with William Dafoe for the movie Nymphomaniac, had a lot of comments about William Dafoe penis. So that's clearly David Cage missing the real target here.
Yeah. Here's the first question. Why? And Ethan is gonna make the question himself anyway, so I'll wait for him to do it.
Why the Guardian Angel Act?
Yeah, exactly. Why? You don't even know this guy.
Memory, might as well.
Child.
Oh, there you go, some backstory.
The one who used to fix my brothers up when they've been fighting with the other kids on the block.
It's a very weak backstory, but a backstory nonetheless. Also, I wish I was playing Overwatch instead with Mercy.
You said you were here because you're an insomniac?
Oh, you came
I-
from... Oh, yeah, I came here... Yeah, Sony transferred me from Insomniac to Quantic Dream.
I've been going through
If there was at least one person from Insomniac, this game would have at least 25% more humor and 100% more crazy as shit to fire weapons.
But Teo, violence in video games is a problem.
That's the second time.
Not when you can transform your enemies with a Quack-O-Matic.
Yeah, it's like we've said various times in our GTA 5 playthrough. Like, for as much as David Cage likes to shit on GTA, the truth is that GTA games are far more fun to play than his are, and better written. Might I also say?
About the fourth one.
We don't
doesn't exist.
we don't talk about the fourth one, Dwibs.
I know, but how compare? Let's say we compared 4 to any David
I
Cage
said
game.
I was talking about Grand Theft Auto the series in general, not any particular game in
No
general.
one can help me.
I'm just a lone soul.
I work alone.
Right. I'm gonna go.
Remember, Teo, this is supposed to be the build-up to the romance. Even though the characters barely even speak to each other in these scenes. Seriously, most of the time in these scenes, it's just her, tending to his wounds and shit. They never actually...
Goody. Now I'm more in control of William.
They-
Sorry.
These two haven't actually sit down and actually have a proper conversation. And yet we're supposed to believe that they fall in love the next moment they meet.
I'll find you wherever you
Well, actually, technically the second to next
I
time.
don't want that
yeah.
girl to get involved. No one must know until I find my son.
Teo, come on. You have to act like a proper parent and go check the origami figure. See, even the share play is telling you that you need to hurry the fuck up.
Must stay on my feet.
Well, it's still 9:30, so how about we extend this to an extra 30 minutes?
Sure, why not?
Might as
Next is, the lizard trial. Let's see what he's about.
It's still
Is that the
9:30.
one killing the guy?
No. This is
Make a sacrifice. Oh, it's the finger one. Okay.
Yeah, I hate this.
Oh, fun.
The lizard trial is the one that I hate the most because it's such a clear example of how shitty of a writer David
Oh,
is.
now is the one about. No, she's gonna go to the police station. Okay.
No. This is the
I
thing.
didn't do nothing.
All right. When we get to control again, we'll just have Teo pause so I can restart the session.
We checked out his statement.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That's a thing. Regardless of time limit is kind of the time limit is kind of point because all we have to do is just stop the session and restart it all over again. So it's not like it matters much.
Sure.
Ash?
But that telephone has no line. It's like Lightning Returns.
But this game supposedly was 4 years in development,
He'd like to speak with you.
whereas Lightning Returns was made under like a year and a half.
I can imagine this is like a telephone that doesn't supposed to have a core, but it's never established.
Okay. Aside from what Teo said, I'm guessing maybe it's hard to render a chord in a video game and make it look credible, I guess. Maybe that's
Yes.
why.
In that case, go around it, show an actual cordless telephone instead of one of these.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but Lightning Returns did it terribly because Lightning Returns literally used
Supposed
a
to be a
phone
cabin, yeah.
a phone cabinet booth, so it had to be wired. You could not use the wireless excuse.
There may be no connection, but
Also, Ethan's ex-wife is a bitch.
Yeah.
about none
Congratulate, thanks you.
of the origami.
I mean,
So when this scene's done, what are you gonna do? You gonna turn the share play off and then turn it back on again?
Very good, Webs.
also the music is telling me to be amazed, but no.
Sorry. Oh boy, that's like okay. To pause here if you don't mind.
What? I can't hear you.
It's
Sound
like
mixing isn't very good in this.
Go ahead, Pedro.
yes, don't worry. I'm on the job.
Just doing God's work.
All right, let's stop the
Wow, even the pause menu looks like.
let's stop the share play for
More
a moment.
fun.
Now let's start again.
Okay. Should we cut? We can cut this bit out, can't we?
There's
Yeah,
no. Well, I can. Well, I can technically do it, but it's not like it's gonna take a long time. But sure. Anyway,
yeah, I'm getting it.
sure. I'll use some workarounds to see if I can get this cut out.
Okie dokie.
Okay, just wait a bit, and we should be able to continue on a bit further as soon as it finishes connecting. There we go. And let's give the controller to Teo. Alright, Teo, keep going.
Alright then, let's keep going.
The FBI. According to our information, Ethan Mars is one of your patients. We'd like to ask you a few questions about. I'm sorry, that's impossible. I beg your pardon?
Ego. Look at that, Teo. It's David Cage's ego right there.
Yeah,
and
and
Jesus Christ as well. Why is Jesus Christ in the background? And a heart. Okay.
he's,
Yeah, and a realistic look. No, actually, that one is called Reason. It's supposed to be the heart of I forgot the proper term. It's another religious figure.
Now I must ask you to leave.
Uh-oh. Hey, Teo. The shrink tells us that he can't say anything because of patient-doctor confidentiality, and Blake doesn't like it. We all know what that means.
Are you threatening me? Give me some free
Not just that. Look at that Chioi. Look at David Cage's ego right there in the background. Isn't it beautiful?
legally.
In big capital letters, right there.
It certainly exists.
He's honest about it, at least.
Remember, Dwebs, this is the guy who in Indigo Prophecy made a fan fiction news report of him making a Omicron movie that got praise and awards and praise from Jackson Peters.
Yeah.
Just to quote Dwebs' actual comment on that playthrough, I think even Kanye West would be shocked at David's ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this all? Yes, and yes, ladies and gentlemen. For those who may have not seen this game before, maybe just in case. Yes, this is all Blake does. He just beats the crap out of people mindlessly.
He's a violent, stereotypical cop.
You know, David, this stereotype already became a laughable cliche in the 1970s.
What makes you think it's going to be any different in 2010?
But then again, this is the guy who had a police chief in Fahrenheit, literally who was basically the black J.K.
Yeah.
Simmons. Fine, man. And meanwhile,
Oh, and now he's gonna tell us. Okay.
well, he beat the living shit out of him, so.
He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies.
So, Doc, what happened to patient-doctor confidentiality?
After one of our usual
Yeah.
sessions, I found this on the floor.
Well, I now know never to go to this psychologist
now-
then.
And now he has, yeah, another thing. Why does Ethan has origamis with him?
To throw to throw the audience off and make people think that maybe he could be the
Alright.
killer.
I think this sequence is the one with the guy at the car thing. Another the one at the car. No, it's another one. Okay.
This section is nothing but just a little cutscene.
Okay.
Yeah. The stuff with the detective's chapters are kind of pointless, really,
Yeah.
aren't they?
That's what. Yeah, they are.
Well,
And in the end, I forgot. I keep forgetting the name of
well,
the
technically not, because remember, if you get all the clues in the investigation
yeah,
scenes,
but only in the end because he has like a genius, one of genius stroke that you get in mystery movie.
well, technically not. Remember, Teo, he manages to, in a fight with the origami killer, rip off both his gun and the gas receipts, which allow him to pinpoint who he is.
With the mafia
Oh
boss,
god, this chapter.
himself,
Yeah, okay, you want to talk about pointless whips? Behold, the most pointless chapter in the game, probably.
It's about playing golf, one of my personal most boring sports ever. Joy, not even in a conventional way. How is this playing golf?
Rich people golf too, I guess.
But it's really weird. You just throw balls from this whatever.
Little ball. Never could see
It's to see how long of a how long can you hit the ball, I guess.
the most exclusive golf
Well,
club in
tennis players use these as well, so
Well,
I mean, I understand, for example, with stuff like squash, because it's built around that. But golf is supposed to be, this open field and chasing around these little ball and everything.
But Mario Golf is actually really fun, I think, at least.
Thank you. Please come in, Mr. Shelby.
Oh.
Here for a coffee.
Oh, no, thank
Oh, come on, I don't have a choice in the matter.
You play?
you. I tried once.
Yeah, the entire point of this chapter is literally just him questioning.
And I'm playing golf.
Yeah, you could accomplish this in a cutscene, but and again, you can throw out the excuse, but that you see, the fact that you get to play golf while doing this makes it interactive because it's a video game and shit. But the problem is that the golfing kind of distracts you from the actual dialogue itself. I mean, there's a reason why we have cinematic cutscenes in games that don't necessarily have interactive stuff going on, because sometimes you need to focus on the story, so you kind of need a break. But no, like David's idea of storytelling is just keep the player doing shit even while the exposition is rolling.
Alright, let's see how we have to do it.
The most important thing is to grip the club correctly. When you feel ready, you swing.
Oh, oh, oh.
Hell, it's only your first ball. You should
Jesus,
try to
I did
strike it a little harder next time.
Don't worry, Teo. There's not even a trophy for this chapter. This chapter is in every single way a waste of your time. There's not even a trophy for it.
I'm assuming you didn't invite me here just to play golf, Mr. Kramer.
see, this is why video games who incorporate golf as mini-games will use miniature golf, because it can be infinitely more insane.
That's right. I want to know if Gordy is linked to the origami
Yeah.
complex in any way.
Like, one of the ways Dark Chronicle does it is basically, Teo, when you finish a dungeon in Dark Chronicle, you can actually do a little mini game of golf, which will allow you to get some cool extra items in that dungeon. I mean,
My son had nothing to do with that.
it's basically a simplified version of Mario Golf, basically.
For my
Mhm.
investigation.
Whoosh.
You have no business in
Ugh.
I told you.
I told you, he had nothing to do with it.
With all due respect, Mr. Kramer, it's up to me to decide who I want to investigate.
Yeah, and suddenly the prompt is only 2 buttons now. I don't get that.
I'm an influential man, Mr. Shelby.
Man, come on.
I'm gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse.
I
Just
refuse.
club them.
The fat in my body is compelling
Where
you.
your interest lies. How much do you want to leave my son alone?
Hang on, he looks like
John Goodman, yeah.
no, someone else. He looks like Ian McShane.
Don't go near my son, Mr. Shelby. If you do, you'll regret
I'm actually surprised David didn't get John Goodman for
Also,
to
where
play
did
Scott
bruise
Shelby.
come from on Shelby's face? It wasn't there before.
It's because
I
of
have
the,
no idea.
it's because of the fight you had.
But in the cutscene, still in this chapter, I think it didn't show up. It just popped up.
It did. I didn't.
Well,
I wasn't
we'll
paying attention.
check.
We'll check later. Moving on.
All right, who's next?
It's not like it makes a difference anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
Stephen!
goody! Another trial.
So it's the one. Okay, it's the one of cutting my finger. Yay! My favorite activity.
Yeah, this is quite
But it's
possibly.
your own finger this time.
This is to me.
wow.
How does it feel to you?
Gonna need practice.
This is to me the worst chapter in the entire game. Why? It's a complete demonstration of how David Cage is such a shit writer. He cannot actually engage you through storytelling or character development or humor, so he has to rely on shock value. You know, it's kind of like the climax of Sonic 06. Like, oh shit, how do I get people to give a shit?
Let's murder Sonic. Oh no!
Let's murder the main character.
Sonic, die.
Yeah, but it's a complete demonstration.
Let the memes begin.
When you have to rely on shock value to make the audience feel anything other than numb, look for a new line of work. You're not good at this. It's the green one, Teo. It's the... Just keep going. It's that green one that you should be seeing there. Yeah,
I wouldn't
that
even
one.
call Sonic's death the shock value. I'd say it was completely random.
Yeah. Especially because you and Mephiles never interacted directly.
Well, in fact, the only one who really got any interaction with him is Shadow and Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Teo, so... You know how cauterizing wounds work, so feel free to explore the place and see if you can find some way to do this in the cleanest way possible. Also, this apartment is a fucking shithole. I mean, couldn't you at the very least, Scott, get someone once in a while to come clean things?
Or check things out, because these spells in sudden demolition by the local town mayor.
And the sad part is that the game is actually going to explain who owns this apartment and who rented it to Scott. So technically, this apartment belongs to someone. It's just that they only use it for this.
That's a very specific use.
Remember, Shiroi, this is all a big plan so we can find the perfect father.
Boop.
Are you
The
prepared?
good father would have gone to the police in the first place.
But remember, Shiroi. Well, to be fair, I'm guessing it's one of you can always rely on the cliche that if you tell the police, the origami killer will just murder him on the spot. Maybe.
Then get someone else to tell the police that the killer doesn't know about.
Well,
Alright.
Cut off a finger? No way. Gotta find a sharp object, something that'll make a clean
Also, I'm not sure how you could do this in a clean way, because anything you pick up from
No,
here
the
will
knife is not
probably
good
infect
enough.
you.
there is a trophy for doing this the cleanest way. Let me check the trophy list again.
Yeah, no, it's the pork chop thing.
Is it?
It's a clear cut. It's just one, and you should go. I think.
Yeah, but you
I mean,
still. Actually, the one that I remember is using the iron bar, heat it up in the stove, if I remember correctly, so you can cauterize the wound and shit. Let me just quickly check the trophy guide. I actually did it recently myself, so I could get the platinum for the PS4 version, but I don't remember. It's been a while.
I get it. Here's the bar. Very good.
Let me quickly check. Trophy guide. Yeah, the game specifically pointed you to the stove, so you can turn it on and shit. Blunder, self-control, kamikaze, electrify.
I need to wait when it's colored red, I guess.
Oh, here we go. The gold finger trophy, which is by doing the cut the best way, is cut your finger using the axe, knife, or pliers, plus disinfect or cauterize the wound. destroy the man.
Alright, I have the knife, it should be fine.
First find the metal bar, and then, of course, pick it up and take it into the kitchen, heat it in the stove until it's going
Alright,
red.
here we go!
Are you prepared, Teo, to cut off your own finger
Time
so
to
you can
chop.
save your son? Are you gonna take a deep...
Oh, wait, put it down!
The up, in case you... Okay, the up prompt is to take a deep breath, Teo, in case you want to. Yeah.
Poof.
You can take as many deep breaths as you want, if you're interested.
But how do you actually use it? Come on, oh, try it. There we go.
You can either try it or do it. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Alright, time to do it.
The try it thing is to, I guess, test it, I guess. The tension.
Such tension.
Yeah, you did it in the stove. There's also the disinfectant. Oh yeah, Teo, did you get the disinfectant?
Pasha!
I just remembered, Teo. Did you? You forgot
Pasha!
Teo, I just forgot. I just remembered. You forgot the disinfectant from the bathroom.
Actually, I took it. It was from the kitchen.
Well, actually, you're supposed to get the disinfectant from the bathroom, not from the kitchen. That's alcohol. You got alcohol, but it's supposed to be.
Whatever, I'll just use it, the heat. It should be enough, but not for the trophy, which you already have anyway.
I already have the trophy anyway, so it's not like it matters.
Well, yeah, that's gonna hurt, dude.
Alright, now let's burn that fucking bitch.
It's good for you, Ethan. Come on.
Endure the pain. It will be better in the
It'll
long
be
run.
over.
Again, this is the only way
What
the
a
game.
pussy.
Again, this is the only way the game has of making you feel anything other than numb. Just shock finger cutting value. And even to Dwebs, it's not working.
James is just bored the shit out of him.
He's saying less than me.
So guys,
You come here with the Dweebs.
how's the weather?
But
Shit.
Dwebs, Ethan just lost a finger. You're supposed to feel horrified or something.
Is it
Alright,
raining
time to
over there
get
too,
more
Shiri?
Yep.
Alright, let's get some more letters.
Beep boop boop up.
Let's see.
What if it?
Let's see if we can decipher the address with this. Yes, game, we get it.
Sean is in danger and shit.
But don't you see, Teo? It's to remind you that time is running out.
852 Roosevelt. Oh, so there were 8.
852 Roosevelt. That
That
severely.
should be a given already.
Yeah.
Well done, Ethan. You have managed to obtain the one-digit PIN number.
Alright. Now let's see. Will I get caught by the police or not?
It doesn't matter because all you get for if you get caught by the police is an extra chapter, and then the game.
Might as well. You didn't show it in your playthrough, so let's try it.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't. So yeah, sure, go ahead.
For the sake of our... Madison!
I have to wonder, like, what are they thinking when they're in these specific face-up shots? Like, are they like are they like staring into the darkness of their own souls? I don't.
It should be seen in the reflection of her eyes, but you only see some white bars, and that's
It's kind of like the Beast in his in this video about how to spend summer, where he says one thing and then he goes like, for like a full minute, like he just stares there saying nothing. My guess is, you know, again, staring into the blackness of his own soul, I guess. Which is why I'm still confident that it's actually almost impossible to have a conversation with the Beast, because I'm pretty sure. Can you imagine having a conversation with that guy where every single time he says something, he goes for like a minute? All right, Teo, time to save Ethan.
Or maybe not.
Okay, let me tell you.
Astral.
Let me tell you the quickest way to get caught by the cops, because one of the problems is
Don't
that.
you have just us stand there?
No, actually, believe it or not, the way the game is programmed is that the timer for when they'll come in only starts at a specific point, so you have to move on a bit first. I know it's stupid, but that's just, trust me, that's just how the game is programmed, yeah. Go towards the blue door. Yeah, that one. And before you ask, yes, if you just stand there outside in the rain, the game will not move on.
Sure she lives there.
Ethan, what happened? The police, they're out there. I think they're here to arrest you. We've got to find another way out.
Honey, why are you helping a wanted man on the run if you don't know who he is? For all you know, he really is guilty.
Wanted man.
Alright, Theo, now you have to, at the very least, take those wood boards off the window, at the very least. Trust me, I tried. For the sake of, when I was getting the trophies on this version, I tried just standing around doing nothing, and the game just wouldn't move on. So I decided to get the wood boards out, and then only then the cops actually started saying they were moving forward. It's
so I wonder, does Madison get arrested as well?
No. Which is confusing. Well,
she's aiding and abetting.
Well, I guess technically, to be fair, as of now, she's not actually doing that. She's just, in here, next to him. Technically, that doesn't count as helping him escape. Being next to him doesn't... Yeah, now you can just stay there, if I remember correctly.
Just get to the window.
Or push the crate, sure. If might as well, I guess. And there you go. Now you can stop.
Out of the question. I'm coming with you. 2 men at the door. Hold your positions. It's a go.
All right, just stay there. But yeah, like I was saying, this technically all she's done is be here, be right next to him, and push a few things around. That technically doesn't count as her helping him escape.
That doesn't count.
So no. So I guess okay. That's one thing. I guess it's done right. So a gold star for David in this case, I guess.
He just.
It's a very small gold star.
This game is never stopping amazing.
Every single time I play this game, I need to always be recording because you never know what's going to happen in David Cage's games. Like,
oh, she hid. Madison hid in the scene, so that's why they didn't find her.
I don't see why though. As we've already established, she did nothing to warrant an arrest.
She didn't do nothing
at all. I mean, for all the cops know, she just bumbled in here and found him by accident.
Well, that's it. Sean's dead.
So does this lock me out from the sex scene, please?
No, Theo. All it does is
it's obligatory.
It's obligatory, Theo. Sorry.
So that means Sean's dead then. He's been caught by the police.
No, what this does, Wibbs, is it gives you an extra chapter where you're being where Ethan is being questioned in the police station, and eventually you manage to escape the police station, and the game goes back to as usual. The only thing, basically, what it does is add this extra chapter.
This just wastes my time.
Yeah, this entire chapter is basically a waste of your time. But again, like Theo said, we didn't show this in our proper playthrough, so why not?
Sounds strange, but I have my reasons. But you were gonna have to.
All right, let's see if Jayden is as good at questioning criminals as Koma-san in Springdale 5 Yo.
That would be a lot more interesting.
Last, Ethan. What will you gain with one more victim? Huh?
I give up. What? I did it! So please, you can eat the Katsudon. Oh man.
Why do they have the words flying around on the screen?
That's for the choice, Shiroi. Every time they say something to you.
I know, but can't they be stationary?
I would not give enough immersion.
Well, Shiroi, you can always play Walking Dead and Telltale's other games because that's how they do it.
That's how everyone else does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but David likes his. I'm guessing it's supposed to symbolize, the conflicting thoughts on the head of the character. Like the character is literally pondering how
there
to
you go.
proceed. I'm guessing that's what David is going for, but it just comes across as stupid.
What happened? I don't know where he is.
Please look in my soulless
I gotta say,
eyes
the way-
and believe me.
The way David Cage directs scenes, it's like he's directing a school. It's like he's directing one of them early submissions you put in at film school.
Yeah, exactly that. I agree. Obviously, his writing is what stands out the most. But even as a director, he just sucks. Like his directing is so flat and boring. Like it's nothing but just bland staging of characters talking to each other. Like there's no interesting camera work, and whenever he does try to have more interesting camera work, it's just weird and distracting.
I'm surprised Blake hasn't intervened yet.
Oh, don't worry, Theo. He will. It wouldn't.
Oh, okay, it's a good cop, bad cop interrogation. Here we go.
It wouldn't be an interrogation scene in this game without Blake going full cartoonish on us and starting to beat the crap out of people for no reason. Because that's what. Okay, for the record, yes, I am aware that there are corrupt cops out there. There are violent cops. There's cop violence. I'm aware of that. But the way that's the problem. David is not talented enough to properly explore that. That's a very touchy subject that needs a talented writer to be explored properly.
Or a cheesy soap opera.
The problem is that David explores his themes with all the subtlety of a 9-year-old. Also, I love the movements of their heads.
Yeah.
The mocha. Okay, I'm gonna put. Actually, he does. Like, seriously, what kind of cop are you? Even by cartoonish, violent cop stereotypes, you're stupid. Seriously. How stupid can you be, David?
Can we punch this guy?
Sadly, no. Trust me, Dwebs. If I had the opportunity to punch this guy, I would take that. But unfortunately, we can't. In fact, I'm actually surprised that he doesn't die. I mean, considering how they go out of their way to make us hate Blake as much as possible, I'm surprised they didn't flat out have him die just so we could have that one big moment where we go, yeah.
No.
Do you remember when
you
you
gotta
need to
kill
go,
the
please?
people you're
Pedro.
attached to, but the problem is you're not attached to anyone in this game.
Yeah.
Pedro,
Yeah, what is it? Oh, the
do
key.
you know where I need to go?
Yes. First, you need to go to... go back.
Do you need to go to the secretary?
Press L1 so you can... No, not the secretary. Just press L1 so you can see. Go to the right. Well, actually, right now you're supposed to go to the chief's door. I forgot about it. Yeah, you're supposed to go to the chief's doors first. So you can, rattle on Blake.
Oh, if it gives you an option of how to tell the
All on-
story,
all
be as
on-
harsh
all
as
on those,
possible, 'cause he deserves it.
Oh, that's just great. Even the chief is into this.
Yeah. You see, again, it goes back to yet another one of David Cage's brilliant methods of writing. Have every single person, aside from the main characters, be heartless, empathy-devoid assholes.
Stephen King tried to do that and it failed miserably. What chance do you have, David?
That's what David basically is. It's a shit.
asshole!
That's what David basically is. He's a shittier Stephen King. Except even Stephen King and his worst is still more interesting.
Cryptocaine.
You know what's the sad part? Even if you do go out of your way to try him to take as less crypto as possible, he still has...
He's still gonna get the drug then.
Which again mounts out to your choice as being basically a pointless, but yeah.
So now what?
Now you have now you're having
What
a moment.
the fuck?
Don't. This is not real, Tail. This is
All
just,
right, the one where he plays.
Do we get the floating police car?
I already. And guess what? If you manage to get this QTE piano sequence perfectly, you get a Ludwig von. Ludwig von trophy. Get it? Ludwig von, as in Ludwig von Beethoven. Ha 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 ha. This is the successor of that NES piano tutorial game that the nerd reviewed.
Yeah.
Press circle to play D minor.
Can you shoot ducks with the piano?
No, sadly no. That might actually be interesting. So,
Oh.
sorry.
And hello, Shining reference.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? Screw
David.
it. I'm gonna.
David. Stop, David.
In fact, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it myself.
David. Why? Why are you selling The Shining with your VR shit?
Not you.
Oh, I love this one here. That's coming.
Pretentious piano.
Evidence to that effect.
That's true. But it just doesn't make
I know, right?
the psychological profile.
Yeah. You know whose psychological profile doesn't fit either? Scott Shelby.
Okay.
Scott Shelby. And yet that's who the origami killer turns out to be. So yeah, go figure. I guess psychological profiling is useless in this universe.
I guess.
Then who is?
I haven't the faintest fucking idea.
I haven't the faintest fucking idea.
You should review the evidence in your possession.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
Alright.
Just leave me to be sad at my piano.
Yeah.
He just wants to play.
Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, I can get the tryptocane, but why is the Ari glasses also addictive and messing up his brain as well? Why?
It's David Cage trying to advocate to all those moms that ever since video games started say that they are bad for your health or something.
I guess.
You shouldn't stare too much at the TV, son.
And that's it.
Cut.
Alright, time to do some more detective work.
On Mars.
I wish.
I wish I was watching Life on Mars.
Alright, let's start with the files. Broop.
Well, actually, I think the files are still the same.
But wait.
Well, you should
Mars?
have at least eaten Mars.
We're on Mars.
No, right.
It's virtual reality, Dwayne. It's not real.
Alright, let's get with the clues then.
It's always the clues. You don't need to go to the files anyway. I forgot the rest of it. Yeah.
Sad as that, I think this is a bit more entertaining than John Carter.
That's sad. Anyway, analyze the video too.
Sure.
Dimension the dice. What it looked like.
Oh, there you go. That's what his next chapter is gonna.
That Dungeon Dice game is so fucking stupid. to quote David, to quote Little Crable, it's Dual Monsters but with dice.
Is that a real?
Yes, it is actually. There is even
They actually made two video games for the GBA. I think out of it.
Wasn't it just one?
No, I think there are two. Oh, I need to search anyway.
Whatever.Moving on. Tire tracks. Well, actually, I think we already checked the tire tracks. Right now, we're just supposed to check the car of the killer that we saw in the video.
Alright.
The origami figure. The other clues are just there to waste your time, basically.
Maybe we can't see the driver's face.
Alright, let's see.
Oops.
Maybe we can analyze it and trace it.
I already did, but it doesn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Maybe it already did the thing with.
The car was stolen.
All right, circle on the. Yeah.
Hold on, it's doing already.
Oh, it turns out you didn't actually. Okay.
I need to analyze 2 times.
Not enough evidence.
All right, now you should have a new clue with. There you go. It's appearing now. That's the guy who.
Yeah, the next one. I already know how to proceed with the next.
Jackson Neville, aka Mad Jack.
Well,
I wish I was playing Donkey Kong 64.
Not just that, but as I've shown in our playthrough, Mad Jack has the best line in the entire game. So
yeah, go fuck yourself in the air.
But then that was topped by go fuck your selfie.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it fits. Both games were made in France.
All right. Let's help Ethan escape the jail, and then we're done.
Yeah, I was
Right.
suggesting the same.
Well, one of those lines is funny. The other one's just stupid.
The French are a very
Creative.
interesting bunch with creative stuff.
This little Red Riding Hood has a basket full of kick your ass.
Oh God.
They have this. They have stuff from Don't Nod. They made
Also-
they made a cartoon about someone getting their
No, actually, Jayden, not consulting your superiors is the stupid thing to do.
Not just that, now when I think about it, Jayden doesn't get any repercussion for quote-unquote interfering with the brutality.
Yeah, true.
Get out of here. My gut feeling
I guess they don't want to, maybe basically teach him a lesson in order to not give suspects to the FBI.
Yes.
Alright, let's see where...
Alright, let me tell you where to go. Okay, so go to the right from where you are. So you can go... You're supposed to...
no, these are the bathrooms.
Oh yeah, well, to the right and up, but yeah, sure, keep going. You should be able to... Yeah, now you're... Alright, basically you're supposed to go to a specific door. Just keep walking in that direction. Yeah, you should... That door right there that you should be... You saw them just earlier, yeah. That's the door that leads into the back room of the interrogation room. You need to turn off the camera so nobody sees you helping him.
In fact, I've got a question for you guys, actually.
Go ahead.
Alright.
Of all the stuff you've seen / played that's come from France, what's the most weirdest?
Alright, now you need to go back into the interrogation room so you can question the cop about something.
That would be Indigo Prophecy.
Sorry, Reeves, can you repeat the question because I was busy.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen / played from, and that came from France?
Indigo Prophecy. That's not even a contest.
Yeah, Reeves, honestly, Indigo Prophet.
Wow, so a country that made stuff like that, created stuff like Daft Punk, and a cartoon where someone gets their powers from a ladybug, and the most ridiculous figures, the Matrix rip-off game.
Leave us alone.
Lieutenant Blake said to...
No, I need to eat the donuts.
Surprisingly, no, we don't do the donuts. Surprise! Considering how fucking cartoonish David is, you'd think he would go for that stupid stereotype, but no.
Alright, time to free him.
Well, actually, you cannot free him yet because you don't have the keys. As soon as the game gives you back control, just leave the interrogation room because you're still. Alright, but first, of course, you have to get him up on the chair. Because apparently he is too weak to do it on his own, I guess.
Christ, I think in terms of police brutality, I think Persona 5 has this beat.
I'm trying to think.
Alright, now leave the room.
What I've seen,
leave the room, too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Waves. There are not too many games that have that much of police brutality and stuff. So yeah, it's not like I can't.
Alright, now go back to the back part of the interrogation room we were just in.
Why couldn't I get there in the first place?
Because you had to get the cop out. Trust me, I've tried it, doing it immediately. The game won't let you.
What a cop out.
Just trust me.
A cop out.
Ha 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 ha.
Alright, now
What
you
a story,
can...
Theo.
Basically, if you try doing what you're doing right now immediately, the game won't let you. It will just test the mic and shit. It's weird. Alright, now grab the coat. And you need to get the keys, which are in Blake's desk. I'll tell you where it is. Keep going. Alright, now going over into the... do you remember where Blake's desk is?
No.
Just keep going forward for there. Yeah. Just keep going. Yeah, very good.
Oh, there it is.
Alright, now keep going. It's in the... Okay, now keep going. Now
He's
down.
right there.
Now down. Now go down. No, it's because I wanted to at the very least... It's not in Blake's desk per se. No, go back, Theo. Sorry. You keep... okay, now keep going. Alright, now go into the other side of this particular row. And there you go. Now keep going... no, you're right. Go ahead. Just keep going. And now turn the opposite direction of where you're going right now. There you go. It's kind of hard to explain because there's so many desks. Alright, now you should be able to find it. And it's in that desk, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's right there. That's in the prompt there. Very good.
But why didn't I need the police coat in my hand?
Because you're gonna have to give it to Ethan so nobody notices that.
And no one recognizes his face.
No.
Fucking really, man. Alright, Ethan, time to bust up.
That's it. You're free.
So much for gratitude.
Yeah, a thank you would be nice, Ethan.
But don't you understand? No one can understand, Pedro.
Oh, okay.
Be able to slip out without being noticed. Head straight to the exit. Don't stop.
Well, actually, to be fair, he's gonna say thanks now. So.
I don't know what to say.
Just say you're gonna save yourself. I hope I don't regret that.
And let me guess, no one is gonna call out to Jayden on this.
Nope. Well, to be fair, I guess you turned off the camera, so.
And no one is noticing.
Apparently, it's that easy to escape a police station.
But the world's dumbest cops here.
Alright then. In
And
the next
and
part,
there you go.
we'll
See,
do Control of
there you
Ethan.
go. See, what happens is if you don't get caught like Theo did, the game will just immediately skip to this chapter right here that we're starting now. So basically, that chapter was just filler. All right, Theo, you can pause here. Okay.
Alright, folks, to see you for the next part.
See you, everybody.
See you guys.